supposed to storm tonight. Chances of tornadoes. Not sure I want to get caught out in that with a bike. I might look and see what time that's supposed to come in. But it looks like it's not far away. Or something? Huh. Not sure what it is. No motor vehicles. Must be a bike lane. Walking. Interesting. The highway I'm usually ripping down, but come on, guys. You ain't gotta go that slow. I'm not very talkative at the moment. Thinking more, you know? Just some work drama going on. Ugh. Calvillo. Q4 Calvillo. Alfa Romero. See, like, honestly, that's the first time I've ever seen that SUV in person. Never seen an Alfa Romero Calvillo in person before. It's actually a pretty good looking SUV. Speed limit's 35, not 25. Oh, we got 30. Can I get 35, please? I'd like to get moving. No. Oh, yeah. Guess the traffic up there is not really moving either, so it'd just be trade one for the other. Get a whole 20 feet and have to slow back down. Right. Guess I am riding back to work. Hopefully the storm holds off long enough that I can get home. She's got to take the car to take my daughter to work. So, hey, we might get to ride through a tornado later. Let's see. Not that I want to do that, but, you know, I always said I'd do anything I can for my kids, so she's got to go to work. I'm riding the bike through a storm. But it looks like it might be a little later than me getting out, so I'm hoping it is. Really am. Yep, bikes are everywhere. Love this time of the year. I don't even really need the jacket, but the way people drive around here through the city, man, I'm wearing something to keep my skin from getting torn up too bad. That's why I wear a helmet that's got that face shield. I can take it off. I mean, it's not like it's going to protect me a whole lot, but probably protect my face in the initial, impact. Oh, shoot, I tell ya. I still miss my old Sporty though. Had an 86. Rigged out. It was one of those spear chopper styles. Had a rigid frame on it. Originally it was an 883, got sleeved and bored out. 1250 big bore kit was in it. Carb work was done to it. I mean, that bike for a sporty, dude. 0 to 80 fastest. Man, it was fast, but you could only do like 100 miles an hour topped out. But it hit there quick. Like my uncle's got a 21 street glide. It was blowing stop, and we were all on a ride. Everybody launched on that highway. I was right on him with it. Like, I probably could have gone a little bit quicker, but once you hit 80, it kind of was like, yeah, that's about all I got. Then you got to slow roll up from 80 to 100. That's where you like to sit. Just over 100, depending on the wind. And then I made a deal, and I ended up with a 92 Heritage Classic. It was really sweet. It was a teal and white. Kind of a unique paint job. Given I started seeing more of them all of a sudden. You know, usually when you get a vehicle, that happens. So I rode that for a while. It was a nice bike. It just, you know, she was fat and slow. She was comfortable. You could fit two on it better than a Sporty. That Sporty didn't like two people on it. Well, okay. You know, she didn't like 400 pounds of people on her. But, so I ended up making a deal with a buddy. I mean, it was worth, you know, 3 times the deal I made, but it was to help one of our friends out. You know, he always wanted a Harley, couldn't quite get there. You know, he has a lot going on in his life, so we went and made a deal where he gave me a little bit, which gave me a down payment for this bike, and we gave him that bike, and now everybody's got a bike. And one of those things, you know, you do what you can for friends. It's like, and then he came down when he picked it up, and we all took a maiden voyage up to New Haven. So he got his new bike and got to ride it all the way, you know, a couple 100 miles. Me and the old lady went, on the way back, we ended up riding back at like midnight through the back roads. We're cruising 60, you know, got my cruise set, and apparently I missed the sign that was talking about a really sharp corner. It was 20 miles an hour. You know, and I hadn't had this bike that long at that point, but I rode it enough, you know, I know the bike pretty good. I had the old lady on the back. She passes out on the back seat. She's back there sleeping, and I'm zipping. All of a sudden, my buddy riding with me dips down, and I'm like, what? And I come up the hill, and I look, and this corner is just like, it was heavy. I was like, oh, man, this is going to be fun. And then I end up locking up the rear brake, and slid her sideways a little bit. I saved it. It was just a bit of a freaky night, because, man, we could have died easily that night. Going off the edge of that curve into the woods would have been a death sentence. But these street glides, man, they got amazing brakes, I'll tell you that. Like I said, I hit the rear brakes and the front brakes. The rear brake locked up because I hit it pretty hard, you know, because I'm like, and everything went into slow motion, and I'm just like, let up on the rear brake, get back on the rear brake, hitting the front brake a little harder, and I turned just in time. I was on the very edge of the road, stopped, and the old lady woke up, she was like, what's just happened? And I'm like, we just almost died. My buddy rolls up and he's like, does anybody need a new set of underwear like me? Because he was like, he thought he was watching us die that night. And I was like, I'm just thankful that they got good brakes on these new bikes. And had I been on that Heritage or that Sporty, man, we wouldn't have stopped. That wouldn't have happened like that. So I'm thankful that God didn't decide to take us that night. And I'm glad time slowed down, because I mean, it was like the longest 2 seconds of my life right there. Not literally, but like it slowed down, and we just got stopped, man. It was amazing. I gotta stop and put some gas in this thing. Gotta get to work. Gotta get the kids some candy on the bus. It's last day before spring break, so I'm gonna get them all sugared up and send them home to their parents. They're all good kids, you know. Had a little bit of a rough one this morning with one of them, but yeah, it happens. I ain't mad about it. I was a little upset in the moment, you know, like, but I know. I got 7 kids myself, man, so I know how kids are. I know they're gonna act out at times, and I feel like that's what it was. It was like, he knows this is the last day before spring break. So he was like, I'm gonna do something dumb. And he did something dumb, so I ended up having to write him up. I don't want to write up any kid, man. I don't want to kick anybody off the bus. But there's a line, and he crossed that line. He crossed the line more than once, so gotta do it. I did. I wrote him up this morning. Makes you kind of feel bad, but then you're like, yeah, no, not really. He kind of deserved it. But it'll be alright, because when he gets back on the bus, we'll start talking about video games again, and he'll forget about it. And we'll move right on. It's a good thing about kids is it's not hard to get them to forget about stuff, you know? Well, not necessarily forget, but like move past it. Alright, fueled up. Said thank you to that officer over there. Got a tough job. Some of them are good. You know, actually most cops are pretty good. Like, you just get that one every once in a while who wants to be observed. So I make sure I go and say thank you to them, just like any service members I see. Just want to know that, you know, they're appreciated. We got a climate where a lot of people just hate the cops and act a fool about stuff. And, you know, I know there's some bad cops out there, but I also know there's some really good ones that really do a good job and protect people. So if you want to keep them nice, you just say hi and thank you, and we appreciate you, and it goes a long way, man. For somebody's day in a good mood, you know, they might not give the next person such a hard time, you know. It's like that butterfly effect, you know. Pass it on. Stay positive, be positive. Shoot, I'm supposed to get candy. I don't know if I have enough time. I so should have just pulled that out. I ain't got time to be sitting here. But that's what I'm gonna be doing. Another motorcycle. Oh, there's an electric bike. Alright, should be turning any minute now. Second, 3, as I said, 3. kind of do 5 over everywhere I go. It's like the norm. I still get passed by a lot of people. Like, okay. I know every once in a while I get on the highway and I get her going because, you know, they like to be opened up every once in a while. So, you know. And I love the torque of these bikes, man. That low end grunt. Just hit, you know. I gotta stop it. I have to stop and get candy for these kids. I ain't not gonna do it. And I mean, like, I might be a little bit behind, but not enough that I'm not gonna be late or anything. But I've been going to Myers to get it because they don't sell bulk out here. So I'm gonna have to run. Let's see, let's just pull over here. Oh, that lady took that spot. Oh, she could have pulled all the way through for me. That'd have been nice. Well. Hole in the parking lot. I was going to, but that big of a truck would hurt too much. Oh, seriously, are we gonna end up? Come on, come on. Oh, that is dope. There's enough room right here. And then right here. Dun dun da dun 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 da da. Oh, yellow light, really? Great. I was trying to make it. Dang, they're gonna line up there too. Looks like I beat the rain. I mean, we'll see if I beat it by the time I get home, but I should. It don't take too long to get home. 16 minutes. Somebody's blaring a horn at somebody, pissing somebody off. going to be a windy highway ride. Love it. Let's see. That guy's kind of a prick. Well, that was nice. Dang, people trying to kill each other right in front of me. I don't feel like dying today. That was totally that guy's fault too. Just like, he's right next to you. Look, turn your head. Use a blinker. Telling you, sorry for the language, but blinkers are so people know where you're going. See, blinker, look, go. Simple. Oh, that van didn't like that I got over, did it? That's why you weave through and get out of the way. Because otherwise, you end up ran over. People can't be courteous and use a blinker. They can't even look next to them anymore. It's like just turn into somebody. Well, I don't want to die today, so please look. I'm sure that person didn't want to die either, right? Oh, do I have sprinkles? It looks like I have sprinkles. This guy just likes being on my ass, don't he? Swear, dude, if you just got over to try to get past me, that is so dumb. That is so dumb. Ooh, I smell weed. Somebody was smoking. At least it's legal in this state, but, you know. going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship through the sky, my street glide. Different sounds of my street glide. I gotta get over. You do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. Oh man. There's a car. The sprinkles didn't quite sprinkle so much sprinkle because there's a couple spots on my glasses, but it stopped. Yes, time to kick back and ride. Ghost Rider. No, not really. Oh, did I feel another? Yeah, it's getting ready to rain, I'll tell you that. Got a couple sprinkles I got hit with. Nothing serious, you know. Check my tuning map when I get to the house. I just actually inputted it again. I applied it because I had quite a few miles in and had a lot of extra cells that hadn't been learned yet. And I want to say it's made a difference. Oh, and my battery's getting low. They last about a day though. Of course, when I'm driving the bus. I mean, come on, dude. That's some messed up shit right there, dude. Like, how you gonna cut in front of somebody? I swear, people are trying to kill me today. At least they let me pass. I appreciate that. Given I probably, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be behind them or in front of them. Because either way, it's kind of like, you're going to slam on your brakes and cause me to hit you, or you're going to accidentally not pay attention and hit me. Like, ugh. That's why I like recording everything. It's because, you know, you see other people, and they do dumb things. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I do dumb shit too. Don't get me wrong. But I do my best to do it where I'm avoiding other people and I'm not trying to cut people off. I'm looking. I'm using my turn signal every time I merge and turn. I don't. Even when I'm doing fast stuff, I use my turn signal. I make sure people know where I'm going. That's key. Just make sure everybody knows what you're doing. You know, on the road, they gotta know, because they might be merging and you might be merging at the same time. And if somebody doesn't use their turn signal, I would say that's the person at fault if an accident happens. Oh yeah, more rain spots. Look at this. I'm making it home just in time. Thank God, man. I'm telling you, he's looking out for me today because we got tornadoes coming. Well, it's at least a storm that can produce tornadoes. It's supposed to be pretty bad. So, thank God that I made it home in time. Now I'm getting water spots all over my glasses. So, literally in the nick of time. Gotta get the cover out and get this thing covered up. Running through. Back it up, back it up. I got a spot I park out front here, and I'll leave it.